Hey everybody, it's Mark, also known as MrBookieboo, and I'm back with another LEGO City update. It's been a while, I apologize for that. Life has been busy, lots of stuff going on in real life and in LEGO life. I was actually working on a commission for the last month, trying to finish it under a deadline and get that out. You can check that out on my Instagram. It's for an awesome, amazing, worthy charity, and it was a really fun project to be a part of. But we're here to talk about the city. And as you also may know, I just got back from Brick World Chicago, and that was always an incredible experience. But especially this year, just seeing all the different builds, meeting with my LEGO family. I met with many of you. I'm just so grateful to be able to go to these types of events, spend time with my LEGO family, and just share our love of LEGO, right? And coming back from that, I have so many ideas and so many awesome things that I want to do now that I'm back into the city. And we're going to start working on the city again. I'm going to show you a little bit of progress since the last video, but we're also going to talk about some of the big things that I want to work on in the coming months and some of the journey that I'm going to take you all on as I kind of work on the city, but also have an idea of something that hopefully, if it works out okay, I'll actually be able to display next year at some of the conventions, but it'll be an integral part of the city that's actually going to be kind of modular and hopefully able to transport, but we'll see. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what's going on in the LEGO city. So as always, starting off in this downtown area, a few little changes here and there. We're starting to populate things more with the vehicles, people walking on the sidewalks. I don't have the lights hooked up yet. That's going to be something I want to tackle soon to at least get this part of the city illuminated. One thing you will notice is we actually added some quirky little LEGO billboards over here. Now, these are from that brand new LEGO delivery truck. Just came out a couple weeks ago, I think. Fantastic set. These are actually printed tiles. They are gigantic printed tiles. I think they're 8x16. They are fantastic. You can do all kinds of neat things with them. If you don't want to use them on the truck, the set comes with 4 of them, and you'll see them. I've been kind of adding them strategically to the city. This was just kind of an idea because this was a boring, plain, light bluish gray wall. And so I just thought, hey, why not add a little splash of color down here, give you some visual interest as you look at this area. I don't know that I love it, but it's something that I thought was kind of fun and quirky. So we'll see. It might evolve, or I might move that around a little bit. We're going to get the high level here so you can kind of see what's going on in this area. Just slowly but surely adding details. The trains are running now, which is amazing, and just kind of working in this area. This has been the focus over here though, and so we're going to kind of get down over here so you can see. Again, my focus has been to kind of finish off this front area. So actually we'll back up real quick so you can kind of get the 1,000-foot perspective. So this is right when you walk into the LEGO room. Over here to the right, you'll see we have the downtown area with most of the superhero buildings. And then as we transition over here, we have the train station, which is hiding behind the yellow train there. And then of course we kind of move into this green belt area, which has been a kind of a highlight and a focus area for me for quite some time since I've been working on this new layout. The beach area, got to add a few more minifigs here, but this area, pretty happy with how this turned out. And then of course, as we get closer, you can see this kind of green belt area. The roads actually end right here. This was a new thing for me. I didn't want the roads to go the whole way. And actually, if you remember, way back in the day, my old layout at the old house actually had something similar where the road kind of ended. The road didn't run the whole length of the city. And I feel like it just gives me some more space to do some different things in the area. And so in this instance, we've added the farmer's market. I've been really busy tiling in this area, kind of doing some cobblestone because I didn't want to do just all, 2x2 tiles. So trying to make this look a little unique, adding some plants and some flowers, some trees, and just lots of little details here and there. I think that's pretty happy with how that's turning out. Still experimenting with the trees. I love this kind of like new era of trees by using the plant leaves that you can get now. These are usually available on Pick-a-Brick walls, or you can find them pretty cheap on Bricklink, versus the more old style of trees that just use these plant elements. I think it just adds a little bit more texture. It gives you a little bit more to look at and be in a little more visual interest, a little more 3D with the trees. As we continue on, We have the fountain. This was a gift with purchase many, many years ago. I love that set, and I feel like that's appropriate right in front of the town hall. The juice bar, just to add a little splash of color. I don't know if that's going to stay there because it kind of hides the pet shop a little bit, but you know, hey, it's all right. And then of course this, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I wasn't sure what to put over the train track here, but that Botanic Garden set just popped and worked. So this is a modified version of that set. It's basically like 2.5 sets really. It's fully enclosed all the way around, and it has, instead of just one wing, it has 2 wings. The dome at the top, again, is fully enclosed, and it's all neatly tidied up on the backside as well, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. But really happy with how this turned out. And then of course with the medieval tower here, kind of want to rebuild this at some point. This was actually a suggestion from one of you, I forgot who it was, sorry about that, but adding a little bit of foliage going up that gives it a little bit of visual interest and makes things, you know, not quite so light bluish gray. Kind of breaks up the color scheme a little bit, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. And then of course this area, I'm loving this. I got my beach finally, even though it's tiny, it's okay. That's part of the, you know, with Lego, you have to make compromises, especially with the city. But just to have some visual aspect of the beach is really amazing. And then of course, this area here is just all walkway. Lots of activity in here, lots of minifigs populating the area, you can see. And I feel like this is kind of nearing completion. So I'm pretty excited about this. And then of course, as we move along here, this is pretty exciting as well. This kind of side wall, I'm starting to fix the brick wall at the top, but the bottom with the brickwork or with the rock work, pretty much finished. Pretty happy with how that turned out. And again, it just gives you that completion, that you know, that finished look to everything. So let's take a look at the backside, and we can kind of see what's going on with the backside, especially with that Botanic Garden over there. And of course, real quick, the mountains, this is what we're going to talk about in depth. The mountains are going to change. My vision, actually, we'll talk about it now, right? My vision is with these mountains, is I'm going to rebuild some of them, but I also want to make it so that I can possibly take these to display. How I'm going to do that, haven't quite figured out yet. I was working on my Hogsmeade MOC, and that was kind of a prototype for how I could make mountains that were, you could take them apart or put them back together. It kind of worked in some respects, and others it didn't. And so I think I've got some ideas on how I might be able to accomplish that. But the mountains are going to get a big rework at some point, and hopefully it's going to be a fun journey to share with you all as we do it. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now for that back area. So this is total, you know, transition. And as we circle around to the back, well, heck, let's just do it right now. As we circle around to the back, you're going to see this is kind of where things aren't as completed, and we're still figuring it out as we go. You know, we have the mini modulars right here, which I kind of love that. It's a nice little way to showcase it. I have a lot of space in the front here, so I haven't decided, again, what I want to necessarily do with this area. It's a lot of real estate, and so there are a lot of options here. But then, of course, we have the back side of these modulars, which pretty happy with that. Again, I love this view with this transition where you can see this is a rarely seen view of my city looking out this way. So that's really nice and really enjoyable. And then as we come around to the back side of the Botanic Garden, you see we've added a parking lot. So I've got the hot rods here, appropriate to be in front of the diner, having a little car show. We have a little food truck. I need to finish out the road right here, but basically that's going to be the gist of this for now. This will be a nice little parking lot. And then of course, as we move along here into the rest of the city, we have to complete the roads. We have some space to grow, which is fantastic. We've got room for maybe 3, maybe 4 more modulars, depending on how they're spaced out here. So that's actually fantastic to have that space for future real estate. Have to finish off the walls here, build the tunnel portal. The old engine train shed from the Bricklink Designer Program is slated to go right in this area. Hopefully that'll fit. I think it'll fit here nicely. And then of course we get into, again, this mountainous area here with all these mountains and stuff, which again, I think I'm going to rework these. I really want to rework it so it actually tucks in and under into this little cove here that you can see. So that for sure, this mountain's going to change. We'll probably keep this. Well, I don't know. We might redesign this. We might keep it. We'll see. And then of course these other mountains as we go. I haven't figured out how high we're going to go. Right now I have this little table right here. But I don't know what to put in front of the mountains. So if you guys have ideas, that'd be fantastic. I would like to just not have mountains for the portable display. And so the idea is maybe something 2 base plates deep. This is actually about 2.5 base plates deep roughly. But the idea would be to have, you know, the mountains on like they are now kind of on a base plate with maybe something in front here, maybe some mini modulars, maybe, I don't know. Again, if you have ideas for that, let me know what you think might work in this area. So that I might actually end up removing that platform, dropping the mountains down a little bit. You lose a little bit of height, but that's okay. We can build the mountains taller. So nothing stopping us there, right? So we have options. And then, of course, last but not least, Ninjago Land. The very neglected Ninjago Land. But my good friend Nick, we actually talked at Brick World about it. He actually gave me some great ideas. Thanks for that, Nick. I appreciate it. So I'm actually going to be kind of reworking this in the near future, laying it out better, trying to see what fits and what doesn't. The concept basically is going to be to have the smaller the markets and the docks kind of in a U shape here, and then possibly having the Temple of Air-Jitsu in the middle of the U, or maybe the markets and the docks and then the Air-Jitsu over here, and then the 2 larger buildings in the back. Possibly raised up, possibly not. It just kind of depends on how it all flows. So that is where we're at. Lots of ideas, lots of inspiration, and lots of fun. And so that's that. If you do have an opportunity to go to a Lego show, it doesn't have to be Brick World Chicago, even a local show, highly recommend it. The camaraderie, the friendships, the inspiration, it's really incredible. It's incredible to see what other people are doing, to see the build techniques people are using, things that you may not think of, even if it's not in your genre, you know, even if it's not Lego City. If it's castle or, you know, a statue or some other thing that people are doing, the techniques often translate. And so you can get inspiration and ideas from other things that people are doing and then incorporate them into your own work. So that's probably the biggest takeaway I have for that. If you are going to be going to shows too, let me know. Odds are I might be at one. You never know. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, trying to hit some different shows. I'm going to be at Brick Rodeo in about 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll maybe see some of you there. And then again, in the future, you never know. There might be some other shows I might be able to slip away to for a few days and catch up with y'all. So that's it. Thanks for being so patient. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. And just remember that you can do whatever you set your mind to. You can build whatever you want. Just try it and don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to break out there and you know, experiment, have fun with it. It's Lego. You can always rebuild it, right? So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the support. And I'll be back real soon to get you some updates on the Lego City. Take care. Bye.